Hello, this is Victor at RestoreYourMercedes.com. Today we have this other project here, and this is a 95 SL500 with AMG body kit and AMG rims. Very nice looking pretty sharp. And this car basically was sitting for years, and first order of business was of course to get it started. So I got it started, and this is just the beginning, because there are some parts that I need to replace just to keep it running, actually, because it's like it was so messed up. But again, second thing was the wash. So it washed out pretty well. Still there are some imperfections here and there, but the paint is actually a survivor, and it's going to shine once it's buffed. It looks pretty good. Yes, there are some minor problems, the grill, the bezels, there are some damages on the bumper, but not significant. They're not like bumper is missing pieces. This is the real AMG bumper with stamps and everything, so this can be removed and resurfaced and reinstalled. The grill, obviously no big deal, also just to replace the grill. Bezels, I'll change the bezels, because that's like, come on, yeah, no good. All right, now the car runs and it drives. There are a few other things that I have to do, like windshield washer. Motor is seized up. We're not dealing with the wipers washers. That motor is like whatever, because they're not in use anyway. So just gonna do the windshield washer wiper, because that I need to have that work, because you want to wash your windshield. That's more important than your wipers. In here, I vacuumed the car up. There used to be, well, one big mouse nest in the back in the trunk. We'll get to that later. Over here I haven't found any mice nest, but there were obviously byproducts of the mice living here, but that's going to be detailed, and that should all go away. And I had to actually kind of wipe all of this stuff around, like a little bit, like leather. C3 upholster does different things. The wiper, the visors, I mean, that's something else, whatever. Steering wheel to be done. That wooden piece right here is missing wood, obviously. The cover here is missing, doesn't work. Button is still here, barely moves, but it moves. So I'm gonna take this apart and fix it before it breaks off. Gonna lubricate it, and as that, vents, plastic directionals are missing. Radio is to be replaced. We're not keeping this radio. Buttons are missing, it doesn't work, so that's to be replaced. Mirror, now I'll see what I can do with that. There are check engine lights and SRS lights. Those two lights are blown. They don't work. And again, it needs to have a good shampoo and whatnot. The glass on the mirror here is delaminating, so that would need to be replaced. The vent over here is missing a piece here in the center. Seems like it's still moving, but it's not turning left and right, but not the end of the world, but just saying. What else? That seat, I have a problem with the release mechanism, because it's just not working properly. I have to take the seat apart and figure this out, because it's just bad. It's stuck and whatnot, and it just beeps, and roll bar light is blinking, and this and that and what have you. Now back here we have antenna cover missing. Antenna seal is loose. That is to be dealt with. All right, this piece I kind of cleaned a little bit, the wind deflector, just because I needed this thing. Well, I mean, it's right behind you, so all the dirt falls right on you when the roof is open. And this roof didn't work for ages, so I finally got it to work. I had to replace seals in 4 cylinders for now. Front ones I think I did years ago, so those things are still okay. There are others that were not taken care of and they were leaking badly. Fluid, hydraulic fluid for the roof was the canister reservoir rather was absolutely empty. And that was that. I have to replace all the fuses for copper fuses. Mice used to live right in this cavity. They made a big nest here. This is my garbage can, and here is the nest that I took out and just, like, you know, threw away. This small little piece, not super important, but it's the piece that holds your cover to replace, to keep the cover up, to remove your spare tire. Now in this area I basically vacuumed and left it as it is. Refilled the reservoir, so it's full now. I can put on the the spare wheel back in. These are some trim pieces from the engine and what have you. Battery's dead. It's not holding any charge. I have my jumper and I have the charger connected together, because when I cycle the roof, then obviously I need power, and battery is very flat, very weak, so no can do. That is what I see at the moment. I have to get the engine going well. It is going okay, but I still need to get it doing much better, smoother. Wear and tear items. Let me show you the engine, just don't get scared. This is what we get after sitting. Lubricated the hood locks here because those things were frozen and the hood opened, but when you close the hood it would still be on the emergency lock, the first lock, but the main locks were not working, they were not moving. So they're moving now, they move now, they're good. I replaced that pipe long ago, the AC hose that was blown, so now AC doesn't work still, so there's a leak somewhere in the system still. That is to be determined. The engine I'll wash and clean as good as I can clean it. Brake fluid is very dirty, that is to be replaced. Strut mounts here, the top ones, they're to be replaced because they're cracked, as you can see, that not well. Like I said, the motor for windshield washer, that one is in order. The hood mat, the pad here, that is nice to replace because you don't want your paint to be burnt out because of the engine heat. The plastic cover here is missing, but I found it inside the car. I don't know if I will be able to reattach it or not. We'll see. Valve covers, they're like leaking already a little bit, but not catastrophically. Here we have another strut mount. Oh, hello, here's another nest right down there. Here's another mouse nest that I didn't see just now. I'm looking at it because I got this car yesterday or the day before yesterday, whatever, yesterday, the day before yesterday. So this is the second one. That's not nice, but we'll deal with it later. So what do we do now? Basically just start the engine and operate the roof, and we'll finish this video for now. That should be enough. So let's just do that. I'll put the camera away so we can encompass the whole car. I think I'll put it up here. Let's see. Yeah, all right. So now let's just get in the car and start it up and do the roof. I think the camera caught the roof operation. Now the canvas itself is in poor shape, so it's original 1995. We have basically decent canvas, but the windows, they're gunners. They're gunners for sure. These cracks developed just now, but the roof hasn't worked in a long time, many years actually. Bottom portion here is all chewed up, and so that is to be replaced. I don't know if I'm gonna do it myself or send it out. We'll see, but it's a job and a half, so I don't know if I will replace this roof or not. But as you can see, it operates, it works. Now what else do we have here? We have our roll bar lights blinking, although the roll bar operates perfectly well, but the lights are still blinking. Now we have the seatbelt light because something is wrong with this release here. It feels like it is broken, and I have a feeling, there it goes, it's beeping. So I have a feeling that more or less these are connected, the roll bar blinking and the seat belt. Oh, the belt, I haven't even pulled the belt out yet. Okay, well that is to be cleaned up, because all of this damage is here. But again, like I said, this is more or less like almost as a barn find in a way. The button here for the seatbelt buckle is missing, so the buckle doesn't fall down. What's on this side? Let's see. This one is present. This little button here. I have these buttons, I'll put it in. Oh, look at that. Wow, the seatbelt is chewed up, man. I didn't even look at this one. Wow, look at this. This is chewed up, and I can feel like I can see it. I think it's a mouse. It's a doing of a mouse. The mouse ate this. Yep, mouse did it. That's not because seatbelts do not disintegrate like this. This is mouse ate that. Back covers for seats. Lose a little bit to be done, but other than that, we'll get this car going. Switch replaced at some point, works perfectly fine. Yep. Oh, this headlights issue. Low beams don't work because the bulbs, they're basically melted. The holders melted, and the bulb cannot be removed to be replaced. It's burnt out, but I can't remove it because it's all melted together, and that's bad news. So the only way to get any lights out of this car is to use high beams. As you can see, high beams, because low beams do not work at all. Both bulbs on low beams are bad. Actually, wait a minute, I think one low beam works, and right away we have the beeping. We have light out indicator because of the low beam on the passenger side works, but it does not on the driver's side. So let's see if we can. Yeah, there are some other bulbs that are, oh yeah, of course I have the one of the tail light assembly removed because I had to work on the covering the panels inside the trunk to get to the cylinder and this and that, what have you. All right, well, let's open the roof again, let it air out, and I'm gonna start working on other things. Now, headliner is actually in good condition, even the handle is in good condition. So yeah, those sounds are from cracking glass. Not the glass, the windows, I'm sorry. Let's see. Let's see if we have lights work. Alright, so yeah, this beeping is extremely annoying. This bulb is probably out, or the switch is bad, I don't know. But it doesn't light up when I open the door. And the switch is in here probably, or something is going on. Yeah. A very strange situation here with these lights. Or at least we have one of them work, but that's good, because switches, yes, they're like barely kind of work, but they work. This piece is pushed in, so I don't know if there's a bulb in there, because it is, as you can see, loose. It is loose. Alright, so this is basically what we got. Steering steers, brakes are a little bit on the weekend, so like I have to kind of deal with the engine first. Once the engine is good, then we deal with the brakes and the rest. And there are, like I said, there are a few things to do, but it runs and it does drive. So next thing is gonna be to get rid of the light, open the seat up, and figure this all out. And then cosmetics will be pretty much the last thing to do. That's the piece for the hood. Let's take a look at this. Clips, well, they seem to be present, unless I have to open it up, because usually it shrinks a little. And this piece right here does not clip in right. Well, I'll try it, see if I can get it back in. Alright, so right now this is going to be all for this car. That beeping is still there. So yeah, this is going to be all for now. Long video, but this is sort of like an initial look, if you will, after I did kind of resurrected it so it runs. It runs pretty good, actually, to be honest with you. Yeah, runs pretty good. There are acorns inside the intake, obviously, but I checked the filters. So filters are old, but they're not. Vacuum system seems to be holding. There are acorns over there, as you can see, all over. That is to be all cleaned up. Nonetheless, engine runs. That's all I need. I need this thing to run. Alright, so I'm gonna wrap up for today. It's a long day, and we'll get it going. We'll get this thing resurrected. It's actually not too bad. Might look too bad on the video, but it's actually not. I've seen way worse than this, so this is actually not too bad. Alright, so this is gonna be it. This is Victor at RestoreYourMercedes.com, and thank you for watching.